金有节那上咱爸妈给啥东巴，养成这个我这你爸妈让你日子当过的按照忙不，天天就是到这节春节了这是是。Guru Bama Sada Ho Om Ahum Banzar Guru Bama Sada Ho Om Ahum Banzar Guru Bama Sada Om Ahum Banzar Guru Bama Sada Ho Om Ahum Banzar Guru Bama Sada Ho Om Ahum Banzar Guru Sada Ho Om Ahum Banzar Guru Bama Sada Ho Jila Da Jan Sora Da Bindi Da So Ganda Nibi Sabjo Nadang Varmon Da So Jiva 知道扎金别人扎的事儿，中等的广播讲话了要拉上扎罗，刚个罗州正年正着年的那，老师为正年当个正着这些年节的个老王，长大这边做马人们懂定个就是。都做个老我觉得这样了，这样的从这的这种你们。 理解找到种子讲马的么些定个人，今年种子拉着那么多年到这三斤，他所有的理做价值都，知道这年讲真到我们些人讲不了了的，阿拉巴扎那的，阿拉巴扎那的，阿拉巴扎那的。阿拉巴扎那的，阿拉巴扎那的，阿拉巴扎那的，阿拉巴扎那的，阿拉巴扎那。 Umarabazana的最等接近接了我这接到了的们把那是挂当当就上了都把罗州湖边那瓦觉得说了，两节进步做的那你没想，上来马龙进步那边，把个人打工zan都什么的，东把的节将来上za了。 各位法师、各位佛友，大家晚上好。
Good evening, Dharma teachers and friends.
现在我们准备讲今天的课。首先，请大家发菩提心。
We are going to begin with tonight's teaching now, but before we do so, everybody please make an aspiration of bodhicitta.
我们 已经讲了3天的课，每一天前2天每一天都有讲菩提心因为这个菩提心对我们所有的学大乘佛教的人来说非常非常的重要。
We've had 3 days of teaching now, and every day we've emphasized the importance of bodhicitta. And the reason for this is that for practitioners of the Mahayana path, bodhicitta is extremely important.
因为这个菩提心非常的重要，所以我们每一次讲课的时候都要提醒大家发菩提心。
Because bodhicitta is so important, we remind everyone at the beginning of every teaching about its importance.
首先什么是菩提心？菩提心就是2个觉行。
So, first of all, what is bodhicitta? Bodhicitta is 2 commitments, or it entails 2 resolves.
2个觉行就是下定决心。那么第一个决心是什么呢？首先，我们下定决心，我从现在起就是让天下所有的众生离苦得乐，让天下所有的众生从生死轮回当中 获得解脱我从现在起要去做这个工作，做这个事情这样子下决心，这是第一个。
So the first of these commitments, or the first resolve, is from this point onwards to work for the sake of all beings, so that they may be free from suffering and so that they may attain happiness. To work for all beings so that they may transcend the suffering of cyclic existence.
好，第二个决心呢，就是要下定决心，我要成佛。为什么要成佛呢？就是如果我要让天下所有的众生，如果我要让天下所有的众生成佛，离苦得乐，这样子的话，首先我自己要成佛如果我没有成佛的话，我没有办法做这件事，所以我要下定决心，我一定要成佛这个是第二个决心。
And the second commitment, or the second resolve, is to attain Buddhahood for oneself. And the reason for this is that in order to achieve the first aim or resolve of enabling other beings to attain Buddhahood and be free from suffering, it is necessary that we first attain Buddhahood ourselves, otherwise we won't be able to accomplish this goal. So for this reason, we vow ourselves to first attain Buddhahood for the sake of all beings.
好，这两个决心叫做菩提心那么我们发自内心的下决心，我要让天下所有的众生解脱。那这个决心不是很容易，不是我们说下决心就能下决心不是那么容易，所以要训练这个训练的方法叫做菩提心的修法。希望大家以后进一步的去修菩提心。
So these two put together make up bodhicitta. To wish or to aspire wholeheartedly to bring all living beings to liberation is actually not one that is easy to generate. It's not one that is easy to achieve. So therefore it's necessary for us to train ourselves in this aspiration, in this motivation. And this method of training ourselves is what we refer to as cultivating bodhicitta. And I hope very much that everybody invests themselves in this practice.
好，接下来我们讲今天的这个课的主题的内容。那我们今天的课的题目就是如何实修大圆满。
So we are going to move on now to the main topic of tonight's teaching, which is how to go about the practice of the great perfection.
那么今天我们这个课里面就是讲一个怎么样去修大圆满，讲一个框架就是一个方向性的一个指点并不是讲大圆满。
So what I'm going to be talking about tonight is really a framework or a set of guidelines for the practice of Dzogchen or great perfection. I'm not going to be teaching on great perfection, on the great perfection teachings themselves.
无论是大圆满、大受因或者是汉传佛教的禅宗那么这些非常高深的法，这些都是非常非常高深的法，在佛教里面已经是非常非常高端的修法。但是这个高端的修法需要有方法，如果我们不懂得怎么去修，没有这个方法这样子就是我们不会修成，所以这个方法非常重要的。
regardless of whether it is the Dzogchen tradition or Mahamudra or Chan, these are all very advanced teachings, advanced practices in the Buddhist tradition. And because they are very high teachings, therefore it is very necessary that we have a method or an approach for their practice. If we don't know how to go about the practice of these teachings, then we won't achieve results in our practice. So having a method or an approach is extremely important.
首先简单的介绍一下什么叫做大圆满。
So first of all, I'd just like to introduce briefly or simply what the Great Perfection is.
释迦牟尼佛在佛陀的一生当中，就是转了3次最主要的法，那这个叫做三转法轮。
The Shakyamuni Buddha in his lifetime turned the wheel of the Dharma 3 times.
那么这个三转法轮3次的这个法轮，它的内容就像我们的小学、中学、大学的课程一样。
The content of the 3 turnings of the wheel of Dharma can be likened to the content of primary school, middle school, and university teachings.
首先释迦牟尼佛的第一转法轮当中呢，主要的内容就是讲4圣谛，然后这个4圣谛里面呢，也就主要强调人的这个善恶因果善有善报，恶有恶报，主要是讲这个。然后呢，在这个基础上就讲了一点点的这个空心但是讲的不多，这叫做无我就是无我无我就是空心的一部分，但是不是全部的空心的内容就是这个第一转法轮的内容，就是大概就是一个比较简单的内容，也就是佛教的一个初级的修法。
With the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, the Buddha primarily expounded the 4 noble truths, and in addition to this, emphasized the operation of karmic cause and effect. With the first turning of the wheel, the Buddha did teach some emptiness. However, it wasn't a complete teaching on emptiness. So with the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, the Buddha expounded on the theory of non-self. This is one category of emptiness, or part of the overall concept of emptiness, but not emptiness in its entirety. So this, with the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, was like an initial introduction.
然后第2转法轮第2次转法轮的时候呢佛陀就在前面的这个第1转法轮的基础上，然后更加的深入的去讲解这个空心那么这个第2转法轮的主要的内容就是般若波罗蜜多，般若波罗蜜多就是讲空心。
With the second turning of the wheel of Dharma, the Buddha built on the foundation of the first turning and expounded further on emptiness. The main content of the second turning of the wheel of Dharma was the perfection of wisdom, which primarily focuses on emptiness.
然后第2转法轮里面呢，这个空心讲得非常的到位讲得非常的全面但是呢这个第3转法轮里面讲的我们的内心的本性如来藏 光明的这一部分虽然第二转法轮当中呢，有些时候提到过，但是没有详细的讲解。
So with the second turning of the wheel of the Dharma, the account of emptiness given by the Buddha was very thorough, was very comprehensive. With the third and final turning of the Dharma wheel, the Buddha primarily expounded on the nature of mind as the essential nature of the mind as Buddha nature and luminosity. While these were mentioned during or in the teachings of the second turning of the wheel, they weren't expounded on in a detailed way.
然后第三转法轮就是最后一次的法轮。这个第三转法轮，它的主要的这个内容就是讲如来藏，就是我们的心的本心、佛心第三转法轮就是讲佛心。
So the main topic or the main content of the third and final turning of the wheel of Dharma was Buddha nature, the basic nature of mind.
然后这三次的这个法轮当中第二和第三这两个的关系这两个的这个相互前后有什么关系那么有些人认为他们是矛盾的二转法轮和三转法轮是有矛盾的地方，然后有些人呢觉得这个不是矛盾。
So in terms of the three different turnings of the wheel of Dharma, as for the relationship between them or the connection between each of them, some people regard the first and third turnings as contradictory, while others don't.
然后密法的这个大手印大圆满，他们认为这两个不矛盾并不矛盾。第二转法轮和第三转法轮最后的两个法轮，他们都在讲解我们的心的本性。那第二转法轮呢，就在讲我们的心的空心的这个部分，然后第三转法轮呢，就讲我们的这个内心的光明的部分，所以这两个是不矛盾的这个是密法的这个观点。然后呢，他们认为这两个是不矛盾。
So the claimed contradiction was between the second and the third turnings of the wheel of Dharma. In the Vajrayana tradition of Mahamudra and Dzogchen, there is not held to be a contradiction between the second and third turnings of the wheel. It is held that both of them pertain to the basic nature of mind or fundamental nature of mind. The second turning of the wheel of Dharma emphasized the emptiness aspect of mind, whereas the third turning of the wheel of Dharma emphasizes the luminosity, the luminous aspect of mind. So, therefore, it doesn't regard the two as contradictory. This is the Vajrayana view.
然后这个空心和光明这两个，虽然是释迦牟尼佛这个讲解的时候呢，有前后先是讲空心然后再讲这个如来藏讲的时候呢是有这个前后，但是呢，密法就认为实际上这两个是没有区别，就是一个东西空心即是光明光明佛心即是空心，这两个是分不开的，这两个是要结合第二转法轮 第三转法轮讲的结合起来，两个叫做这个空心和光明的一个结合，叫做双云这就是我们的心的本性。
So, despite the fact that when the Shakyamuni Buddha gave teachings on emptiness and luminosity, there was an order in which he did so. First, he gave teachings on emptiness, and then later teachings on Buddha nature. From the point of view of Vajrayana, in actual fact, the two, emptiness and luminosity, are in fact indivisible from each other, inseparable. They're the same. Luminosity is emptiness, and emptiness is luminosity or Buddha nature. So, in fact, the Vajrayana view regards our nature of our minds to be a unity of these both of these aspects, the emptiness aspect and the luminosity or Buddha nature aspect too.
好，这样子这个空心和光明这两个的结合，双运就是所谓的双运是什么意思？空心跟这个光明如来藏两个是无二无别，无二无别就是根本就分不开，本来就是一体那这样子叫做双云。那这个叫做什么呢？这个双运这叫做什么？这叫做大圆满也叫做大手印大圆满讲的也是这个然后呢，大手印他讲的也就是这个，所以就是不同的名字，实际上就一个东西。
So when we talk about the unity or combination of emptiness and luminosity, what we mean by unity here is that they are inseparable from each other, that they are in fact the one entity. So this inseparability of the two is what underpins the great perfection and the Mahamudra as well, both despite the fact that a different name is used in each case, they both represent the same view.
好，这个叫做大圆满大手印。然后呢，禅宗讲的明心见性，本来面目，也就是这个，这叫做本来面目。本来面目、大手印、大圆满这三个是不同的名称实际上就是一个东西。
And in the Chan tradition as well, when the term to see the nature of mind or the original face of the mind, then the great perfection and Mahamudra, these are all different names or different terms that describe the same thing.
那为什么叫做大圆满为什么有圆满这两个字呢就是因为我们的心的本性佛性实际上它已经具备佛的智慧已经是圆满的它没有任何的欠缺，就是佛的智慧佛的智慧就在我们的心中，我们的心中已经具备了佛的智慧不缺少任何的东西，已经很圆满那么什么是佛的智慧呢？就是我们刚才讲的这个佛心如来藏它就是佛的智慧，所以我们每一个人的心中有佛的智慧，而且是非常的完整的，所以叫做圆满。
So why is it that we have the term great perfection or great completion, as it is also sometimes referred to as. What does perfection or completion mean here? Well, the nature of our mind, Buddha nature, in fact, already this refers to the fact that in our Buddha nature already possesses Buddha wisdom. The basic nature of our mind is already complete. It is not lacking in anything. The reason being that we are already in possession of Buddha wisdom. What is Buddha wisdom? Buddha wisdom is Buddha nature, and everyone has Buddha wisdom, and so therefore having Buddha wisdom already, we are very complete, and therefore we use the word great completion or great perfection.
不但是密宗这么认为，然后这么讲而显宗也是一样显宗有些显宗的第三转法轮，我们刚才讲的第三转法轮实际上是属于显宗。那么显宗的第三转法轮讲如来藏的这些佛经也是这么讲，他们的观点都是一样。
It's not just the tantric tradition that regards the basic nature of mind to be this way. This is also a view held in the sutric tradition as well. So when we talk about the third turning of the wheel of Dharma, this is really talking about the third sutric turning of the wheel of the Dharma, and the scriptures on Buddha nature that correspond with the third turning of the wheel also have a same view of the basic nature of mind.
然后藏传佛教的这个大圆满和大手印不仅是这么讲而且汉传佛教的这个禅宗也是讲这个。
And it's not just the Dzogchen and Mahamudra traditions in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. This is who that have an understanding or a view of mind like this. The same view is also held in the Chan tradition of Chinese Buddhism.
好像我们去年在这个地方也讲过类似的这个内容那么我今天也就大漠注释的有一句话来给大家这个说明一下显宗还有禅宗他们讲的跟大圆满大手印讲的内容都是一样的。
I recall that last year when I was here, I also spoke about this or spoke about something similar. What I would like to do now is share with you a quote that in fact shows that the content or the view from the Sutric tradition and the Chan tradition is the same as the Dzogchen and Mahamudra traditions.
好，大漠注释的论里面引用了一个显宗的佛经，这个佛经叫做释谛经，就是讲菩萨的从第一谛到十谛所以叫做释谛经。
So the quote or the verse comes from a commentary written by Bodhidharma, and in this text he refers to a sutra, the Sutra of 10 stages. It is thus called because it deals with the progression of a bodhisattva from the first bhumi to the 10th bhumi.
释谛经云：众生身中有金刚佛心，犹如日轮，体命圆满， 广大无边，之为无蕴中蕴所覆，如牝类灯光，不能显现。好，就是这句话啊。那这句话的意思是什么呢？众生，我们都是有情众生啊。我们的众生的身体里面啊，有金刚佛心。我们每一个人都有金刚佛心。我们每一个人的身体里面就有一个金刚佛心。那金刚佛心它是什么样子呢？犹如日轮，它就像日轮一样啊，它就像太阳一样。它为什么像太阳一样，像日轮呢？体明圆满啊，它的本体是光明圆满的啊。比如说我们这个阴天的时候呢，因为这个空中弥漫了乌云，所以我们看不见日轮。但是呢，日轮当我们看不见的时候呢，它都是存在的。不但是存在，而且它的光它的光明都是圆满的。只要有日轮就有光明就有光明不可能有日轮而没有光明所以这个圆满的它的所有的光都是圆满的那么我们每一个人的心中呢，也有一个这样子的这个像日轮一样的东西，这叫做佛心如来藏。大圆满里面呢，这个叫做大圆满；大手印里面呢，这叫做大手印。然后呢，禅宗里面这个不叫大手印、大圆满，叫做本来面目。实际上表达的方法，同样的内容，不同的词汇。
So the lines from the Sutra of 10 Stages that Bodhidharma quotes are, in the body of mortal beings is the indestructible Buddha nature, like the sun, bright and perfect in essence, filling endless space. But once veiled by the dark clouds of the 5 aggregates, it's like a light inside a jar, hidden from view. So what the meaning of this is that ordinary beings, that is sentient beings like us, inside every one of us is an indestructible or adamantine Buddha nature. And what is this? Well, it's like a sun. How is it like a sun? It's like a sun because its basic essence is brightness, is light, it's perfect. So even when clouds obscure it and we can't see the sun, it still exists. So long as there is a sun, there is brightness, and there is no brightness without the sun. And because it is bright, it is perfect. And within ourselves, there is something just like the sun. It is our Buddha nature. In the Dzogchen tradition, this is referred to as the great completion or great perfection. In the Mahamudra tradition, this is referred to as the Great Seal. In the Chan tradition, this is referred to as the original face of the mind. These are all different words, but they ultimately refer to the same meaning.
这样子这个释谛经里面呢，也就有2个圆满这个字犹如日轮，体明圆满就有这圆满这2个字。然后呢，密法密法里面呢，就在这个上面加了1个字只加了1个字，就叫做就加了一个大字，大圆满那么本来这个释谛经里面都讲圆满，我们的心的本心本来就是像日轮一样圆满的然后密法在这上面加了1个字，就叫做大圆满。实际上这个加一个大或大字或不加，实际上都是这个我们的心的本心是没有大小之分。所以这个实际上显宗还有禅宗这些里面实际上也 也在表达这个内容。
So in the Sutra of 10 Stages, the word perfection is used to describe Buddha nature. It is referred to as like the sun, bright and perfect, filling endless space. So in the sutra, the word perfect or perfection is used. The only difference between the vocabulary that is used here and the terminology that's used in the Vajrayana tradition is that we have in the Vajrayana the extra word great before the word perfection. However, whether or not, regardless of whether we add this extra word or not, it's not important. In fact, there is no distinction between the size of our minds, whether they are big or small. So, in fact, what the Sutric tradition and Chan tradition are expressing is the same meaning as the Great Perfection tradition.
这样子我们虽然我们的心的本性是佛心，是佛的智慧，但是我们看不见目前我们看不见，感觉不到。为什么感觉不到呢？这十地经讲智为无云众云所伏就是因为我们的五蕴、我们的烦恼、我们的肉体、我们的各种各样的杂念，就是像空，就是像这个天空的乌云一样那么这个乌云遮盖的时候，弥漫空间的时候，空中的时候呢，虽然是空中有热轮，但是看不见同样的，我们有了这个烦恼，有这么多的杂念，有无明这样子的时候，我们还没有发现我们的这个心中有这样子的光明的东西。虽然我们没有发现，但是呢，它永远都是存在的。
Although the basic nature of our minds is, in fact, Buddha nature, at the moment where we are now, we don't see it or experience it. And the reason for this is, as is said in the Sutra of 10 Stages, that but once veiled by the dark clouds of the 5 aggregates, it's like a light in a jar hidden from view. So with our various afflictions, thoughts, emotions, etc., these are just like clouds that cover the sky. And even though the sun may be there, when the clouds obscure it, we are not able to see it. So it's the same with our afflictions, our deluded thoughts, our ignorance, etc. Because of their existence, we haven't yet discovered the luminosity of our minds. So this is the fact, despite the fact that we have not discovered it yet, it still exists.
我们现在每一天就在这个生活当中，我们工作当中就感觉到的这个心就是一个非常混乱的这个状态每个人的心都很浮躁根本就感觉不到有一个什么光明的东西这样子但是我们如果通过另外一种方法去训练训练的话，那么我们有一天我们可以在我们自己的心底深处可以找到这个光明的佛心。
Every day in our everyday lives and work lives, etc., our minds are very chaotic, they are very restless, and therefore we don't experience in them anything like luminosity. However, it is possible for us to make use of a method, apply a method for training our minds. And by engaging in this training, it's possible for us to locate in the innermost part of our mind luminosity and Buddha nature.
比如说我们阴天看不见太阳的时候，我们坐飞机穿越云层然后到了上面的时候呢，我们一下子看到蓝天然后就看到日轮一样。我们现在就是需要一个方法突破我们的这个各种各样的杂念，各种各样的这个烦恼的这个层面。那这个层面突破了以后呢，然后在这个烦恼的背后，我们会发现它的真正的面目。
So it's just like on a cloudy day when we are not able to see the sun. If we were to travel in an aeroplane and pass beyond the clouds, then we would be able to immediately see the blue sky as well as the sun. So what we need is a method just like this to break through our disturbing thoughts and delusions. And if we are able to do this, we will discover behind them, in fact, the real face of our mind.
好，为了发现，为了体会到这个心的本性，就是接受各种各样的训练，那这个叫做修大圆满。
So, in order to discover or to experience the original face of the mind, to take on and engage in different methods of training, this is what we refer to as practicing the great perfection.
那么怎么样修大圆满我们简单的说一下怎么样修大圆满。
So how do we go about practicing great perfection? I'll like to share a few thoughts on this.
我们现在就是有一个比较普遍的现象是什么呢？很多人想修大圆满、大受益但是呢，大家都想走一个快捷的路快捷的路。那么快捷的路是什么呢？就把前面的这些基础全部扔掉，然后呢，直接想进入这个大圆满那这样子的这种想法是错误的，这样子永远都不会成功。
These days there is a fairly widespread phenomenon whereby many people wish to practice Dzogchen and Mahamudra, yet they wish to take a shortcut. They want to get rid of the foundational practices and directly practice great perfection. This is a mistaken approach. It is not possible at all to have success in this approach.
就是乌云弥漫空中的时候我们如果想看这个蓝天，想看日轮，那这样子的话，必须要有一个力量，有一种力量把我们带到这个云层的上面，突破这个云层才可以。没有这样子的力量，那我们在地面上是永远看不到。我们理论上我们知道这个空中不是没有日轮，只是我自己看不到。理论上我们知道，但是呢，实际上看不见。同样的，我们现在我们理论上我们知道了我们的心的本性是佛性，然后呢，释迦牟尼佛也就是 二转法轮、三转法轮，一步一步的让我们进入，让我们接受这个观念，也就是说，让我们明白这个道理。那么密法里面像大圆满、大手印讲得更加的清楚这样子以后呢，我们现在理论上我们已经非常清楚的知道了我们的心的本性是光明的，但是呢，我们怎么样去体会怎么样去证悟，这个就是需要有一个力量需要有一个训练的方法。如果没有这个力量，那我们只是理论上知道而已，实际上我们没有办法体会，也就是没有办法证悟。
So it's just like a day, a cloudy day, when we wish to be able to see the sky, but we can't because clouds are obscuring it. If we want to see the sky, we need some kind of power or energy that can propel us beyond the cloud line so that we can in fact see the sky behind the clouds. Without this power or without this force, remaining on the ground, we'll never be able to see the sky. Whilst we may understand in theory that it exists, it's just that we can't see it. In actual fact, it's not something that we will be able to have experience of. It's not something we'll be able to see with our own eyes. So in exactly the same way, while we might understand in theory that the nature of our mind is Buddha nature, and we might understand very well that the Buddha progressively gave the teachings corresponding to the second and third turnings of the wheel of Dharma in order to help us understand this nature of mind more clearly. We might also understand in theory that the Dzogchen and Mahamudra teachings even more clearly expound on this nature of mind. However, if we are to go beyond just a theoretical understanding to have realization and experience of this, we need some kind of power, we need some kind of energy or force to help us with this. Without this force, only with a theoretical understanding, we will not be able to gain experience of this state. In short, we won't be able to achieve enlightenment.
那这个基础的修法训练的方法是非常的重要，因为我们一个初学者，我们的根基还跟这个大圆满讲的这个法有很大的差距距离很大。所以我们要用一种方法把我们的根基一步一步的成熟，逐渐的靠近这个高深的法，然后把我们的这个根基提升到一定的层次这个时候呢，我们的根基跟这个高深的法基本上是相应的时候然后我们再去听大圆满大手印，或者是这个禅宗的明心见性那这样子我们很快就可以证悟的。
So the foundational trainings are very important indeed, and the reason for this is that as beginners, our capacity and level for is still very remote from, or there is still a big distance between our capacity where we are right now and the teachings of the great perfection. So what we need to do is work on maturing our capacity, ripening our capacity, so that we bring our capacity and level closer to the level of the Dzogchen teachings. And when we reach a particular level, one that is that approximately corresponds with the level of the teaching, then if at this point we are to listen to teachings on the Great Perfection or the Mahamudra or the Chan realization of the nature of mind, then very quickly we will be able to attain enlightenment.
好，这个基础的修法叫做潜心啊，潜心。潜心的意思就是说，我们还没有修这个主体的修心的内容之前要做的工作叫做潜心啊，潜心。必须要修潜心，然后呢，修了这个潜心，那它的作用是什么呢？它的主要的作用是，它把我们的根基，使我们的根基成熟，或者是可以提高我们的根基啊，提高我们的根基。然后呢，提高到一定的程度的时候，我们的根基就可以跟这个大圆满的法是相应的啊。那这个时候我们听大圆满，因为我们的心的我们的根基跟这个大圆满的法这个差距不是很大。那这个时候我们去听这个大圆满的法，或者是大手印禅宗也是一样这个时候我们可以证悟。
So this foundational training is, or what we refer to as foundational training, are the preliminary practices. The preliminary practices are the work or the preparatory work that we need to put in before we engage in the core practice. It's essential that the preliminary practices be completed. The primary effect or benefit or function of completing the preliminary practices is that they enable us to ripen or elevate our capacities and levels, so that our capacity gradually can correspond with the level of the teachings. And when a big gap or big distance ceases to exist between our capacity and the level of the teaching, then when we receive a teaching on Dzogchen or Mahamudra or Chan, then very quickly we will be able to achieve realization.
像刘祖慧能大师他第一次听这个《金刚经》的讲解，当下就开悟了那我们很多时候听中观，然后听空心不只听了一次，听了很多次那我们理论上虽然是明白了一些道理但是我们开悟了吗？我们很多人没有不开悟为什么不开悟呢？就是因为我们自己的根基不成熟佛法金刚经都是一样的。刘祖慧能大师他听的和我们现在看到的这个金刚经没有什么区别，都是金刚经区别就是我们自己的根基不成熟，所以我们现在需要做的非常非常重要的就是要提升我们自己的根基。
So the sixth Chan patriarch Huineng achieved enlightenment upon listening or hearing the Diamond Sutra. All of us, despite often hearing teachings on Madhyamaka and emptiness, whilst we may understand these doctrines or concepts in theory, many of as to whether or not we are enlightened, many of us are not yet. And the reason for this is that our capacities, our dispositions are not yet mature. There is no difference between the Diamond Sutra that Huineng heard and that we are able to read. The only difference is in the capacities of Huineng and ourself, our capacities and dispositions. So the really urgent work that we need to work on, that we need to engage in ourselves, is ripening and elevating our capacity.
好，那这个前心大圆满的前心就分三个不同的前心三个不同的前心最基础的，然后就是中间的部分，然后就是后面最后的前心前心也要分前、中、后三个不同的前心。
So in terms of the Dzogchen preliminaries, there are essentially three different types or three different stages. We distinguish between the basic practices, the medium practices, middle practices, and then the later stage practice.
这个三个前行里面的第一个前行叫做四前行，它就是给我们讲这个人生难得、无常等等，然后呢，它的目的就是要达到这个有出离心。实际上修四前行的目的就是修出离心。那这个四前行在藏传佛教里面呢，任何一个教派都是一样。比如说尼玛派的这个大圆满也要修四前行，然后就是噶举派的这个大手印也要修这个四前行还有其他的，比如说格鲁巴等等其他的教派都是一样。然后他们讲的这个四前行的内容也都是一样的修法也是一样，完全是一样。
So the first stage of the Dzogchen preliminaries is what we call the four outer preliminaries, or the four thoughts that turn the mind from cyclic existence, such as the rareness and preciousness of a human birth, impermanence of life, etc. So the purpose of cultivating or completing the four outer preliminaries is to generate renunciation. This is the primary purpose of the four outer preliminaries. And these four thoughts, or the four outer preliminaries, are the same in every school of Tibetan Buddhism. So they exist in the Dzogchen tradition within the Nyingma school, within the Mahamudra tradition within the Kagyu school. They exist in the Gelug school, etc. The four thoughts and their content is the same in all of these different traditions, and so too is the way that the four outer preliminaries are practiced.
好，然后这个四前行修完了以后呢，开始修五前行，也叫做五加行。五加行的第一个就是修大乘佛教的皈依就是皈依三宝，然后主要是内心当中皈依三宝修，同时也要念这个皈依的偈颂，要念10万遍。
So after completing the 4 outer preliminaries, a practitioner then goes on to completing the 5 inner preliminaries. And these include, firstly, the taking of Mahayana refuge. This entails taking refuge in one's mind while reciting the refuge liturgy 100,000 times.
然后第2就是发菩提心，那这个菩提心呢，这个无家心里面的一个非常关键的一个修法，然后就修菩提心，也要念诵念诵10万遍，但是这个念诵10万遍不是主要的内容，主要的最关键的就是要去修，必须要有菩提心。然后有了菩提心以后呢，在这个菩提心的基础上，然后就可以修大乘佛教的这些所有的法，所以这个非常重要。第2就是这个菩提心。
And next is the cultivation of bodhicitta. This is extremely important. During the cultivation of bodhicitta in the preliminary practices, we have a recitation that needs to be repeated 100,000 times. This needs to be done, but really the important thing is the practice, the actual cultivation of bodhicitta. Once we have cultivated bodhicitta, then upon this foundation we can undertake all kinds of Mahayana practice. So first cultivating bodhicitta is extremely important.
然后第3就是修金刚萨埵的修法。那金刚萨埵的修法，它的目的就是忏悔我们的罪过，因为我们每一个人我们的身体、我们的语言、我们的心已经造了很多很多的罪过。如果这些罪过不清净的话，这些罪过就像很厚很厚的云层一样，有了这些罪过以后呢，我们没有办法看到我们的心的本心，它是最大的阻碍最大的阻碍，就像我们有这个乌云的时候，永远都看不到太阳一样。如果这些罪过不忏悔的话，是我们没有办法看到心的本心。所以在这个时候修金刚萨埵的修法，然后念百字明，念10万遍。但是这个念不是最重要，重要的就是要修发自内心的去修。那这是第3个这个无家心里面的第3个家心。
So the third of the inner preliminaries is Vajrasattva practice. The purpose of Vajrasattva practice is to confess our wrongdoings. All of us have committed a great deal of wrongdoings through the actions of our body, speech, and mind. And if we don't purify this negative karma, then it will be like a very thick layer of cloud that prevents us from seeing and experiencing the basic nature of our mind. It will really be the greatest obstacle here. So just like if the sky is covered by clouds, we will never be able to see the sun. If we don't confess our wrongdoings properly, then it won't be possible for us to see the basic nature of mind. So with this practice, we engage in Vajrasattva practice, and at the same time complete 100,000 recitations of the Vajrasattva 100-syllable mantra. And again, whilst the recitation is important, it's not the most important thing. The actual confession practice is. So this is the third of the inner preliminary practices.
然后第4就是修曼荼罗修曼荼罗的目的就是激励资粮， 如果我们没有积累资粮的话，也就见不到这个心的本心。所以要见到我们心的本心的话，我们需要有福报有福报有这个功德才能够看得到心的本心。没有福报的人看不到这个我们的心的本心。所以在大乘佛教里面呢，积累资粮的最好的方法就是供曼荼罗。当然也有很多其他的这个积累资粮的方法，但是这是最好的方法。所以最后这个第4个就是供曼荼罗，供10万遍然后这是第4个加行。
The fourth inner preliminary practice is the mandala offerings, and we do this in order to accumulate merit, because without merit it again is not possible for us to see the original face of our minds. So in the Mahayana tradition, the best way of accumulating merit is making mandala offerings. And by accumulating merit in this way, we will be able to see the nature of our minds. So this is the fourth inner preliminary practice.
最后一个就是上师瑜伽。因为我们前面的比如说已经皈依了大乘佛教的皈依，然后发了菩提心，然后也这个忏悔了罪过，然后也积累了资粮这些都已经具备了，这些条件全部具备。那具备的时候呢，最后我们要证悟空心，就是需要上师的加持，然后为了得到这个上师的加持，要修上师瑜伽。这个是这个无加行里面的最后一个。
The fifth and final inner preliminary practice is Guru Yoga practice. So by this stage, we've already successfully taken refuge, cultivated bodhicitta, confessed our wrongdoings, and accumulated merit. So we've fulfilled all of these different criteria. However, if we are going to realize emptiness, then we also require the blessing of our teacher. So it's for this purpose that we need to practice Guru Yoga, and this is the fifth and final inner preliminary practice.
如果我们没有上师的加持，然后我们光是靠这个理论的知识去证悟，那是没有办法的，没办法证悟为什么呢？因为这个大圆满大受因或者是这个禅宗的明心见性这些都是我们的语言是没有办法直接告诉我们因为他们都是已经超越了我们的语言的表达的这个范围所以我们的语言是没有办法直接告诉我们什么是大圆满，什么是大受因没有办法的。那语言没有办法表达，然后我们的推理，比如说我们学中观的时候呢，我们可以逻辑推理然后理论上我们知道一切这个所有都是空性理论上知道，但是这个理论这是一个理论而已，这个理论怎么样变成我自己的体会怎么样变成我的这个体会这就是需要有上师的加持。如果有上师的加持，然后就很快速的就发现我们自己的心的本性。所以这个时候就需要修上师瑜伽，然后呢，上师瑜伽里面呢就包含了10万个这个大礼拜这个全部加起来叫做无加行。
without the blessing, without the blessings of a teacher, it is not possible for us to realize emptiness just by relying on theoretical understanding or theoretical knowledge. And the reason for this is that the state of great perfection or Mahamudra or realizing the self-nature of mind in the Chan tradition, all of these states are not ones that are possible to convey using language because they transcend, in fact, the scope of what is able to be expressed through language. It's not possible to communicate these states directly using words. And whilst it may be possible for us through a process of logical reasoning, such as by using logical reasoning methods in the Madhyamika tradition to establish the empty nature of mind, the question really is how we go about converting this or transforming this theoretical understanding into our own experiential understanding. And in order to do this, we need a teacher's blessing. And once we have this, we can rapidly discover the nature of mind. So it's for this reason that we need to engage in Guru Yoga practice, and this includes 100,000 prostrations. So all of these together comprise the 5 inner preliminary practices.
好，这个5个假情后面的这5个假情呢，在藏传佛教的任何一个教派里面呢，都有的，所有的教派都有。都要修菩提心，都要修皈依，然后曼扎罗，然后这个金刚萨埵这些所有的教派都是有的，而且他们的修法修行的方法也是基本上都是一致的。所以我们不管是修这个宁玛的或者噶举的或者其他的都一样，这个家庆是必须要修的。那这些每一个家庆都有一个标准那我们每一个家庆都要达到这个标准以后，然后才可以修下一个家庆。
So these last 5 inner preliminary practices are common to all sects or all schools of Tibetan Buddhism. That is, all of the preliminary practices include cultivating bodhicitta, taking refuge on mandala offerings, vajrasattva practice, etc. And in terms of the way that each of the inner preliminaries is practiced, essentially the methods across the different schools are much the same, are mostly the same. So therefore, regardless of whether it's the Nyingma tradition or the Kagyu tradition, in all traditions the preliminary practices need to be completed. And in terms of each practice within the preliminary practices, there is a particular level of satisfactory completion that needs to be reached before the next practice can be begun.
有些在西方的一些藏传佛教的这个中心里面有这个3年的闭关3年的闭关，我在宁玛巴的一些闭关中心当中呢，也看到了有人闭关3年，然后呢噶举派的这个中心里面呢也有就闭关3年的，那这些都是非常好的但是如果这个3年的这个时间当中只是念个咒念一念本尊的咒把这个数量作为一个标准的话，那这个意义并不大那真正要这个修要闭关的话，那在这个3年的时间当中 我们从零开始，从人生难得开始，把四加心全部修完，然后就是培养自己的这个出离心，然后就把这个从皈依开始5个加心一个一个的修，然后呢，忏悔、积累资粮等等。全部就是在这个3年的过程当中是可以完成的修一遍这样子非常标准的这个加行，那是非常有意思。如果闭关修行的话，基本上是这些加行是2年之内是可以修完的，2年之内修完，然后2年修完了以后呢，然后第3年再修其他的第3个加行第3个加行，或者是修大圆满、大受印，那这样子确实是这个3年的时间，确实是我们的人生当中可以说是最有意义的时间。
In the West, at some Tibetan Buddhist centers, I have heard about 3-year retreat programs that exist in Nyingma centers as well as at Kagyu centers as well. And these are all very good. However, if during these 3 years of retreatments only use this time to accumulate idam mantras, only to accumulate a particular quantity or number of mantra recitations, then this isn't such a meaningful way to spend the time. So what we really need to do is start from zero, beginning from basics with contemplating the preciousness and rareness of a human rebirth, cultivating renunciation, then moving on to taking refuge, confessing wrongdoings, accumulating merit one by one, completing each exercise in the preliminary practices to a very good level. And if we were to spend our time in retreat completing the preliminary practices in a proper and diligent way, then this would be an extremely meaningful way to spend this time in retreat. So to complete the preliminary practices in a retreat environment would probably take about 2 years, and if we did this, then the 3rd year could be used completing a final preliminary practice, or otherwise moving on to the Great Perfection or Mahamudra practice. If we were to carry out our retreat in this way, then it would no doubt be the most meaningful period of our whole lives.
然后这个如果我们没有那么多的时间闭关修行的话，那就我们这个每一天都有这么1个小时或者2个小时这样子的时间当中打坐修行，尽量的坚持。然后星期6或者星期天的时候呢多安排一些时间来修加行还有每年的这些公共假期，还有这些时候呢休假的时候呢，这些稍微比较有时间的时候然后就到一个寺庙或者是其他比较安静的地方，像闭关中心这类的地方去闭关比如说5天、10天、半个月这样子的时间去修的话，也虽然时间有点长，但是呢也可以完成我们比如说没有条件去闭关3年，那这样子的话，那就是这个边工作边修4加行和5加行也是可以的，只不过时间可能这个进步可能稍微慢一点进度稍微慢一点但实际上是可以完成的。
So if we don't have so much time to go on retreat and engage in practice in this kind of format, then we can still allocate 1 or 2 hours every day to our completion of the preliminary practices and do our best to persevere with this level of practice. In addition to this, on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday, we can dedicate more time to completing the preliminaries and also make the most of our public holidays as well. When we have a bit of extra time, we can go to a monastery or to a retreat center and perhaps spend 5 or 10 days or half a month working on the preliminary practices too. So even though this will take us a longer time than if we were to complete the preliminary practices in a retreat context, it's still possible very much for us to finish them, to complete them. So if we are not able to take part in a 3-year retreat situation, then it is very much possible for us to combine the preliminary practices with our everyday work and life commitments. It's only that our progress will be a little bit slower than if we were to do it in a retreat setting.
四家心和无家心的这个修心就对很多人来说就是有点枯燥所以就是很多人不想修这个四家心和无家心然后有些人呢觉得这个四家心和无家心就是一个基础的修法就他们认为不值得花这么多的时间下这么大的功夫去做这些事情因为这些都是很基础的东西，所以很多人就想直接去修大圆满大手印然后呢修了很多年，最后没有任何结果。为什么？因为它没有基础没有基础的话，我们大家都知道的，做任何事情都必须要有基础基础的工作做好，然后什么事情都能够成功基础都没有做好的话，任何一个事情都是一样的做不好的不会有成果。所以呢，我们学佛修心也是这个道理。如果把这个假心也就是基础没有做好，直接去修大圆满大手印那是没有用的。如果没有这个没有按照这个顺序走的话，那是没有用的。
So the 4 outer preliminaries and the 5 inner preliminaries are practices that many people regard as a bit dry and boring. They don't want to complete them. Other people regard them as extremely basic and for this reason not worthy of investing a great deal of time and effort in completing. And so for this reason, many people hope to directly practice Dzogchen or Mahamudra. However, people who follow this approach may practice Dzogchen and Mahamudra for many years and yet find themselves not having any result whatsoever. And the reason for this is that these people lack a proper foundation for their practice. They do not have a proper foundation. Any task that we engage in, we need to first pave the proper foundations. And if we are able to do this, then we will have success in what we are doing. However, if we don't have a proper foundation, then it's not possible for us to reap success. It's not possible for us to see results. It's exactly the same principle with Buddhist practice. If we don't establish a proper foundation for our practice and directly go on to high practices, then this is a useless approach. that is, it's a useless approach not to follow the proper order or sequence of practice.
学佛有很多不同的级别有高级的，有低级的，有很多不同的级别。然后这些不同的级别的这个学佛他们的结果也是不一样的所以我们要不要修这个无家性、四家性，就是要看我们需要有什么样的结果。如果我们需要有一个真悟空心，然后从这个轮回当中获得解脱，解决自己的生老病死的问题需要这种结果的话，那是必须要修四家性和无家性，没有这其他的路，就是要修，一步一步的修。
In terms of Buddhist practice, there are many different levels. There are advanced levels, there are low levels, and with these different levels are also different or corresponding different results. So whether or not we decide to complete the preliminary practices really depends on what results we hope to gain from our practice. And if we hope to realize emptiness and attain liberation from cyclic existence and resolve the sufferings of birth, degeneration, aging and illness, then and death, then we must practice the preliminaries. There is no other path aside from this. They need to be completed one step at a time.
当然如果我们只求一个平安求佛，求一个保佑这样子的话，那当然不需要修四家性、无家性，这都不需要的，可以不修就是修人天佛乘、人天佛教。人天佛教呢它不需要出离心、菩提心、真悟空心，这些都不需要的。然后它的结果呢也是很简单只是我们这一世、下一世、再下一世不堕地狱、不堕恶鬼每一世都能够做人或者是可以做天人，可以享受人天的福报但是生老病死的问题解决不了，然后就是我们的生活当中的很多很多的烦恼也解决不了这个是没有办法解决但是方法也就是要求不高，方法也简单不需要修那么多，也不需要也不需要学那么多，所以学佛就是走哪一条路，就要看自己的选择。
However, if it is only a peaceful life, good fortune, and protection from adversity that we seek from Buddhism, then it is not necessary that we complete the preliminary practices. It's okay if these are our goals for us to simply practice Buddhism at a level that corresponds with the worldly vehicle or the vehicle of humans and gods. This is a level or an approach to Buddhist practice that doesn't require renunciation, cultivating bodhicitta, or realizing emptiness. The result of this kind of approach to Buddhism, however, is also very basic. It essentially just ensures in our future lives to come that we won't descend to the lower realms and will continually attain rebirth in the human realm or in the realm of the worldly gods and enjoy the good fortune of a human rebirth and so on. However, with this approach to practice, it's not possible for us to transcend cyclic existence. It's not possible to resolve the various kinds of suffering that we experience in cyclic existence. Nevertheless, the requirements for this kind of practice are very simple. So which path we decide to take really depends on our own individual choices.
那我们这一时有这么好的机会那我们应该努力应该花一点时间去修这些非常非常重要的这些法因为如果这一次我们不去修这个机会错过了，那么什么时候再有这样子的机会，确实是非常的难很难说。所以我们虽然这个每天都要去上班工作，然后工作压力大但是还是可以挤一点时间出来修，只要能够坚持的话，这个四家亲和五家亲总有一天会完成的3年也好，5年也好，8年也好我们只要有一个开始有一个开始，那么就会有一个结尾，所以我们应该从现在开始修这个法。那么这些法它本身也就是一个非常有功德的法，比如说我们修无常修慈悲心，那么这些修法比如说我们修无常修1分钟哪怕是1分钟，它的功德它的福报也是不可思议，佛经里面讲得非常清楚的。然后我们修慈悲心修菩提心哪怕是1分钟2分钟这么短的时间也是这个功德也是不可思议的，所以我们每天花一点时间应该去修。
That in this life we have such a great opportunity to practice these important teachings. We should really use this opportunity and be diligent and willing to invest time in practicing them, because if we don't make the most of this opportunity, if we lose this chance, then as to when we will have the same opportunity again, it's very difficult to say. So, of course, every day we need to go to work and we have a lot of pressure, yet still it's possible for us to dedicate some time to our practice. If we are able to begin practicing the preliminaries, then eventually we will complete them, regardless of whether this takes us 3 years or 5 years or 8 years. So long as we begin the practices, there will eventually be a completion to them. So it's very important that we begin their practice now. These practice methods are extremely meritorious. For example, contemplating impermanence or cultivating bodhicitta. Even 1 minute spent on these practices, the merit gained thereby is truly inconceivable, and this is something that is said very clearly in the sutras. So it's the same with impermanence and bodhicitta. Just 1 minute on these practices is truly inconceivable in terms of the merit it generates. So we should all dedicate time to these practices.
如果我们能够这样子一步一步的修，踏踏实实的去修的话，那这个进步一定很明显的我们很明显的看到我们自己在进步，然后自己的变化一定会看得出来的。修心就是一种训练，那么这个训练它 训练的结果是我们现在就能够看得到，就这一生就可以看得到啊。这个并不是我们所作所为所有的这一生什么都看不到，然后全部都等下一世啊，然后都一切的所有的结果就要等到下一世。根本就不是这样子。真正的修行啊，比如说我们烧香拜佛这种学佛。那可能这个烧香拜佛，我们烧了一辈子啊，拜了一辈子，那也不一定有什么明显的改变和进步啊。但是这个它有福报啊，有功德。那么这些功德呢，有可能是下一世，也可能是再下一世，也可能是500年以后，也可能是5000年以后成熟啊，就是要。等到那么远，那现在看不出来啊。我们烧香烧的再多，拜佛拜的再多，也不一定有明显的改变。但是学习和修行就不一样啊。我们现在这一世就能看得到自己的进步，比如说为人处事，还有各方面，还有就是控制自己的情绪啊，然后就是提高自己的智慧，提高自己的慈悲心啊，等等，都会有明显的进步。这些进步都是自己能够看得到的。
If we engage in practice one step at a time, then necessarily we will see progress, very clear progress and signs of changes and signs of transformation in ourselves. Buddhist practice is a form of training, and the results of this training are able to be seen by ourselves in this lifetime. The results are not something that we need to wait until our next life to see. Making incense offerings, etc., over the course of an entire lifetime. It's not clear whether or not we would see signs of progress by doing this over an entire life. Of course, doing so would have merit. However, as to when this merit would ripen, perhaps it will ripen in our next life, perhaps in the life after that, perhaps in 500 years, or perhaps in 5,000 years. In any case, we would have to wait a long time. It's not possible for us to see the results, the fruits of this merit now in this lifetime. So it's also not possible for us to see obvious changes, obvious transformations in ourselves by practicing Buddhism in this way. Studying the Buddha Dharma and practicing the teachings is very different, though. Through these activities, it's possible for us to see signs of progress in this very life. Signs such as our capacity to benefit others, ability to control our emotions, development of renunciation, etc. These are signs of progress that we can see very clearly for ourselves in this very life.
如果我们下决心要修这样子的话，那就是要做一些工作。首先第一个工作就是要去学习学习怎么样去修。如果我们不去学习，目前还不知道怎么样去修，我们只知道需要修，但是具体的怎么去修都不明白，所以首先要去学习，先学习，先了解怎么去修4千行、5千行这些千行怎么去修，很具体的这些方法一定要去学习那学习，我们很多人想，我们到哪里去学呢？比如说像这个寺庙这样子的地方，如果有人讲那也就可以去修，应该是有人的。还有很多其他的佛教的中心如果这些佛教的中心里面有这个师父讲解，那这样子我们就去听如果没有这些，那我们可以通过网络听通过网络，也就像 远程教育就像远程教育一样，通过网络听也可以学到一些东西。但是像灌顶、传承一些东西呢，需要面对面的传，但是学习通过网络也可以学习那通过这样子的方法首先来解决这个问题然后我们明白怎么去修然后就去知道了怎么去修的时候呢，然后就不需要到别的地方，就在自己的家里修就可以。
So if we decide that we want to begin with practice, then we need to do some work in preparation. The first thing that we need to do is study, learn about how we need to go about our practice. Without study, without learning, then we won't know how to concretely engage in the practice of the preliminaries. So therefore, first we need to study, gain an understanding of specific and concrete methods of practice in relation to the 4 outer preliminaries and the 5 inner preliminaries. And as to where we can study or where we can learn about the preliminary practices, in a center or a monastery such as this, there are probably teachers who give instruction on these practices. There are also many other Dharma centers, and if there is a teacher present at these centers who can give instruction on how to go about practicing, then we can attend such classes. If we don't have either of these options, then we can also learn on the internet. This is like a kind of distance education. Whilst tantric empowerments and traditions are things that we need to receive face to face, it is possible for us to study the teachings and study how to practice via the internet. So first we have to address this need, and after we understand how to go about practice, there's no need for us to go elsewhere. We can simply do our practice at home.
好，这个4加行和5加行修完了以后呢，最后再修最后一个加行。那最后一个加行主要是修禅修禅修，因为我们的心非常浮躁的时候，有很多很多的杂念，这样子的时候呢，非常不容易看到我们的心的本心看不到我们的心的本心。然后所以我们就需要修禅修通过禅修的方法，把我们的心逐渐的平静下来。然后呢，我们的心平静下来了以后呢，然后就比较容易看到它的本心所以在这个中间还没有开始还没有正式修大圆满之前就有一个修禅修的一个阶段。那么这个禅修有很多不同的方法这个到时候我们修大圆满的话，那个时候就会知道的，有很多不同的方法来修禅修最后要完成这个加行，这个是最后的一个加行。
After we've completed the 4 outer preliminaries and the 5 inner preliminaries, there is a final preliminary stage or final preliminary practice that we need to complete before moving on to Dzogchen practice. And this is cultivating meditative stability. So when our minds are very restless, when there is a great deal of thought activity in our minds, it's very difficult for us to see the basic nature of our minds. And so therefore, it's for this reason that we first need to cultivate meditative stability through shamatha practice, and after we are able to still our minds and bring them into a state of calmness, it's easier for us to perceive the basic nature. So before moving on to Tsultrim practice, there is a period during which we focus on cultivating meditative concentration. There are many different methods for this that we can learn at the time. And this is the final preliminary stage that we complete before moving on to Tsultrim practice.
好，这个修完了以后啊，这个禅修的这个假行修完了以后呢，然后我们就开始修这个大圆满啊，大圆满的真心的部分。那么大圆满的真心的部分就是分两个部分，一个叫做彻觉，彻觉就是修空心啊。就是修空心的部分。那么空心在这个第二转法轮里面，我们刚才讲了第二转法轮《般若波罗蜜多经》当中讲了，但是讲的都是理论。然后呢，在这个地方大圆满的这个它不是讲理论它就是讲一个实修和实证。通过实修要达到这个实证真悟这个时候不是理论，不是推理，而是要真悟。那这个部分叫做彻觉。
So after we have completed this final preliminary stage, then we go on to, we move on to the core Dzogchen practice. And there are two paths of training within this. The first is Trekchö training, which is oriented to having us realize emptiness. So in the with the second turning of the wheel of Dharma, we have the perfection of wisdom teachings which expound the doctrine of emptiness. However, this is at a theoretical level. Here in the this level of Dzogchen training, it is not a theoretical exercise, it is a practice method that is aimed to having us attain realization or experiential understanding of emptiness. So this part or this training in the Dzogchen tradition is referred to as Trekchö.
好，第二个部分叫做脱嘎，脱嘎就是主要是修光明我们刚才讲了佛的第三转法轮里面讲光明，但是佛在第三转法轮里面讲的光明，也就是讲了光明，但是呢没有讲的就是像这个大圆满和密法里面那么具体的一些修行的方法只是告诉我们每一个人的内心当中有佛心有光明就讲这一点，但是呢没有讲具体的修行那我们每一个人的心中有佛心，那我们怎么去证悟呢？我们怎么去修呢？还是没有一个特别的这个修行的方法就是通过普通的这个显宗的修行的方法以外没有提供特殊的这个修行的方法。所以在大圆满里面呢，第二个就是部分这个脱嘎，就是有个特殊的方法来修这个光明这一部分。
The second path of training within the Dzogchen tradition is that of Tögal, or direct crossing or direct approach. And this path of training is oriented towards realizing luminosity, or the luminosity of our minds. So as we spoke of earlier with the third turning of the wheel of Dharma, the Buddha taught on the luminous nature of our minds. However, besides telling us that in every being is Buddha nature and luminosity, no real specific or concrete methods were set out for cultivating realization of this, or the methods that were set out were not as concrete and specific as those that exist in the Dzogchen tradition. So beyond the regular sutric practices corresponding with the third turning of the wheel, there are no additional or special methods for enabling us to realize the luminosity of our minds. So this is really what Tögal practice is. It is oriented to having us gain experiential understanding of our mind's luminosity.
通过这两个修法，然后就感受到自己的内在的这个佛心啊。我们刚才前面已经讲过了，我们每一个人的心中有金刚佛心，金刚佛心啊。那么这个金刚佛心就通过这个砗磲托嘎这两个修行的方法，然后就体悟到体会证悟自己的内心当中的这个佛心这个佛心金刚神就是我们的心的本心，很清楚的证悟了这个叫做证悟。但是证悟还不是成佛，证悟了以后呢，还要继续修但是证悟以后的修行速度比较快比较容易，效果好，效果比较好，所以呢，跟我们没有证悟之前是不一样的。
So, as was said in the quote before, that in every being is an indestructible Buddha nature. So, through both of cultivating both of these methods, Trekchö and Tögal, it is possible for a practitioner to gain direct experience of their Buddha nature. And when they gain this direct experience or realization extremely clearly, this is enlightenment. Of course, gaining enlightenment or achieving enlightenment is not the same thing as attaining Buddhahood. There is still some distance to be traveled, and so we need to continue with our practice after we have realized the nature of our mind. However, from this point onwards, the speed of our practice will be much faster. Our practice will come easier. Our results will be better.
好，最后给大家介绍一下这个修大圆满的结果。那么修大圆满的结果就有3种不同的结果。然后这个因为为什么有3种不同的结果？就是因为我们的每个人的根基的差别，还有更多的就是我们努力用功的这个程度不一样，所以就会有3种结果第一个根基很成熟，然后根基很成熟。第二个呢，根基成熟的意思就是我们刚才讲的这些加行修得很到位的，叫做根基很成熟根基很成熟，然后非常用功努力的人可以就是这一生当中 把所有的烦恼断除，可以这一生当中就可以成佛。
So I would like to end by talking about the results of Dzogchen practice, and there are primarily 3 different kinds of possible result from Dzogchen practice. And why is it that there are 3 different kinds? The reason is because of the different capacities of different practitioners, as well as the differences in the degree of diligence with which different practitioners approach their practice. So the first kind of result is that of practitioners of mature capacity or superior capacity. So this is practitioners who have very soundly completed the preliminary practices, and in addition to this are extremely diligent in their practice. For such practitioners, it is possible for them to eliminate all afflictions and achieve Buddhahood within this lifetime.
然后中等的根基和用功都是中等的，就可以在中阴身的时候中阴身的时候可以成佛。然后下等的用功根基都是比较差的叫做下等下等的就可以下一世25岁25岁的时候就再一次就遇到大圆满的这些诀窍，然后继续修行就下一世就可以成佛那这个是大圆满的3种不同的结果。
So the medium for practitioners of medium capacity and medium diligence in their practice, it is possible for them to attain Buddhahood in the intermediate or Bardo state. And for practitioners of lower capacity and lower levels of diligence in their practice, it is possible for such practitioners to achieve Buddhahood in their next lifetime. So in this case, when they were at the age of, say, 15 or 25, upon encountering Dzogchen instructions again and continuing in their practice, then such practitioners would be able to achieve Buddhahood in their next lifetime. So these are the 3 different possible results of Dzogchen practice.
好，我们今天的课到此结束。
So this brings to an end our teaching for tonight.
好，我们现在最后做回向。
Okay, so we are now going to end with dedicating our merit.
我们今天的这个听经闻法的功德，分享给天下所有的众生，以我们的功德能让天下所有的众生幸福健康，然后就很快了脱生死，解脱成佛，以这样子的心愿来做回向。
So in dedicating our merit, we share the merit that we have generated over through listening to this teaching with all beings, with the wish that by the strength of our merit they may achieve happiness and health and very rapidly transcend cyclic existence, achieve liberation and attain Buddhahood.
所能得以当着人把年都内你别扎那盘学家定啊能结往弄这把这边做连着周文修我们红板整个人把马色的红我们红板整个人把马色的红 谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。